see.
You want to try these?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stop.
What's up?
Something's missing. What sound are we going for? Wings? Lemon twigs? What do the lemon twigs have that we don't have?
Talent. Girls. Money. Oh, more people. More people?
Yeah. We need more people. I think we need a keyboard player.
Yeah, we need a bass too. Hey, Kevin. Can you play bass?
No. But I can play sax.
I know you can play the sax, but we need a keyboard player.
Well, I don't know anybody who plays the keyboard, but I could play the sax.
What about Tyler?
No, I've seen him play. He is terrible.
Okay. What about this kid?
Yeah?
You want to be in our band?
I don't know. I think I have other stuff to do. What kind of music?
Rock.
What kind of rock? Indie post, alternative, or
Classic. Rock.
when do you guys practice?
Whenever.
Here, check out our tape. See what you think.
I don't know. I might make it. I might be busy.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Who's that guy?
Well, that's Kevin. He just kind of hangs out.
I'll see you guys later. You wrote these songs?
Yeah, I wrote them.
You should record these professionally, like an album. Do you have a bass player?
I mean, I got a bass, but no player.
Oh, cool. I actually know a girl that can play bass.
Wait. A girl?
Yeah, she's really good. And I think she lives around here. You guys want to go now?
Yeah, let's go.
I think I'm gonna stay here and take a nap.
Hey.
Hey, Sandy.
Come on in.
Who's this guy? That's Peter. We are starting a new band and we need a bass player.
Sweet. I'll grab my bass.
Dude, these guys have a really good sound.
Yeah. They use all kinds of weird instruments. We should use some in our songs.
How do we do that?
With this.
What's up? Saw the flyer.
What do you play?
I don't even know what that is.
What's your name?
My name is Ali Khan Mohammed.
Alright, let's get started.
Hey, what are you writing?
New song. Check it out.
Old Blue. The Jeep? Oh, that thing is so sick.
Yeah, my grandpa had it when he was a kid, and then he gave it to my dad, and then my dad gave it to me.
Can I read the whole thing?
Sure.
We should try to get a gig.
How do we do that?
Well, first we have to record the songs and then finish the album, so then we could send it out to places.
Yo, Kevin, we're out of root beer.
Hey, Peter! Peter, what's up?
Hey man, what's going on?
Hey, I haven't seen your Jeep around anywhere.
Yeah, I don't drive that thing anymore. I use my mom's car now. It's got better gas mileage.
Have you ever thought of, like, getting the band back together?
I don't know, man. I just wanted people to like our songs.
Well, people do like them. They're just not paying attention.
Passing on by, the highway says hi, be there soon. My grandfather said, stare straight ahead and watch the moon in old blue. You may not work well, but it'll do in old blue. My father's father says you're good as new.
God bless you, sir.
Can you spare some change, sir? Please, sir, can you spare $1? Just $1? Please, sir, look. Please stop walking, please. If you could just do that for me, please.
No, okay? I said not today. I gotta get going.
But I ain't done anything wrong, sir. Please, if you could just give me $1 to get something to eat. That's all I want.
How do I know you're not gonna punch me, knock me out cold the second I reach for my wallet?
Oh, sir, I never hurt anybody. Okay, all I want is a dollar, and I swear, I just haven't eaten in 4 days, okay? If I just had a dollar, I swear, I'd spend it well, and I'll be eternally grateful, right? Look, I never meant to be here, okay? I done some bad things, and so I'm here, and I hope it'll be better, but if you could just give me $1, look, I get something to eat, and then maybe things will be better one day, okay?
$1, huh? What the hell's $1 gonna do? You can't get food for $1. It certainly ain't gonna leave you any better off. Seriously, what the hell are you gonna do? You gonna go down the dollar menu at McDonald's? Tell you what. Take your damn dollar. I mean, what kind of joke you playing? You follow me down here, asking for one pathetic dollar? Here's another damn dollar. What are you up to, buddy? Asking me for another.
Our story begins in December 2016. Just before Christmas time, the small town of Spring Grove, Illinois learned that they'd be getting some new neighbors. Now, here I stand in front of the completed house. Over 500 volunteers have volunteered their time and energy to build this house from the ground up in just 10 days. This is the story of the Chobanovs' journey home.
I love my job overseas and what we did. I love doing it, but kind of get hung up on it. A little bit adrenaline junkie, a little bit, you feel important. You feel real important when you're doing your job there because it's life or death. So you might get hung up on it a little bit and took my mind off of it. And each one of these guys, I had little conversations with them on the side when they got a minute, when they weren't working. And every time I talked to one of these guys, I learned something. I learned another way of coping with things, another way of handling things. I swear I cut through 10 years of therapy in these past 9 days. It's just, these guys are so awesome. It's the greatest learning experience of my life. You couldn't teach us in a school or a college or anywhere else. These men all have life experience that most people don't have.
I met him at Hersey back in December. But yesterday, last night, we were sitting out on the road talking, and I said, "You're a totally different person than who I met in December," and he's becoming more comfortable around everybody, and it's been really nice, and more open and to talk to people, just to be around the family and to get to know them on a personal level. Here we are, we're building them a house.
Over the last 9 days, we've had very few obstacles and barriers. The only ones that we can't control, but things have happened, has been with the weather. We've had a couple of days of weather that have caused us some problems, but in the whole practice and the whole project, we've had a lot of good things happen, so we haven't had many obstacles or barriers.
Everybody here just works. I've been a carpenter my whole life. 45, I got 50 years working in the field. And I have never in my life, I was a superintendent for 30 years, never seen anything go like this before in my life, ever.
This one ran very smoothly, and it allowed for people to enjoy time to communicate and talk with each other outside of building 12 and 16 hours a day. We had more free time to actually visit and take our time and really make this the place you see right now.
My wife and kids are just amazed. I've never seen them so happy. And that's what does it for me. So that's what it means to me. The community is amazing. I cannot thank, the local people around here did so much, and they're so welcoming and warming. I feel like I've lived here for years, just like I feel like I know these guys for 20 years.
Basically, it's a dysfunctional family. We can leave and come back a year later, and everybody can pick up the same way when we left off.
Get here for 6:30 in the morning, and we leave around 7 o'clock at night. The group gets tired, you move on, you go get rest, because you're not any good if you're not well rested. And I'm not saying we're well rested, you're getting 5-6 hours of sleep a night, and that's it.
To me, like I said, it was being around these guys. I feel like they're the missing link between where I was and where I need to be. And I feel like I made a lot of progress in these past 9 days. It was the greatest 9 days of my life, being around these men. I know it's a brand new house, and it's awesome, it's beautiful, it's the most beautiful house I've ever seen, but these guys are really awesome. I mean, you want to talk about down to earth, really good people, every one of them. Just an amazing person.
You're changing a life in the big picture, and We take a couple of days off of work, we come drive some nails, we're painting, working on some sheetrock, but we're changing a life. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me.
Walking the halls of this house is truly an amazing experience. I've never experienced such solidarity and a strong sense of community. Even through adverse weather, with their backs against the wall, this amazing group of people have come together to build a house anyone would be lucky to call home. They've truly shown me that family goes far beyond DNA. What an amazing way to complete this soldier's journey home. For HTV News, I'm Kelly Helmer.
Every 98 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. That means that by the end of this film, approximately 6 individuals will have experienced sexual trauma. That is 6 more people who got their trust and space violated without any say at all. 1 in 6 women and 1 in 33 men will experience a completed or attempted rape in their lifetime. 7 out of 10 times, the victim knew their perpetrator. If this crime is happening so often in our society, why do we pretend it isn't happening? Why do we get uncomfortable at the mere mention of sexual assault? The reason that I wanted to create this project is because of all the coverage that's been going on recently in the media. Not only that, but things that have been happening to friends of mine. This has been going on for far too long. I think it's about time that someone stepped up and talked about it. I wanted to give survivors a platform for their voice in a society that tends to silence them. Time's up. We need to be the generation to start a change. I set out to interview survivors of sexual assault and harassment to see what they have to say on the subject, as well as therapists who specialize in sexual trauma. Miss Becky Carter, a licensed clinical professional counselor with Core Psychotherapy Center in Schaumburg, gave her insight as someone who works firsthand with survivors. Miss Carter states, "There are still many myths about sexual assault that permeate our culture. Continued awareness and education is necessary in educational and medical settings. No one wants to talk about the horrific things that people can do to each other. It is often fear that disables dialogue in the community, and confusion about how something so harmful can occur so frequently. It is overwhelming, yet necessary, for communities to become aware of how a violation of one's boundaries has become so frequent and gone unnoticed. Sexual trauma is about force and coercion, and facilitating a helping process that is opposite of those elements is vital. Perpetrators often have a very narcissistic personality, which can veil deep insecurities. They often have problems with empathy and rage." To get a closer look at this concept, let's see what the survivors of sexual assault and harassment have to say. What would you say, in your opinion, is the definition of rape culture?
I think rape culture kind of has like this large base of like boys will be boys, locker room talk, and then catcalling is maybe the step above that, and then I think it really escalates into like sexual assault and rape and harassment.
I think a lot of rape culture stems from things like, oh, don't wear this. Or the idea of, like, as someone who's going to college soon, getting told, don't put your drink down at a party, don't drink anything that you don't open yourself. Don't let your friends go home with any guys. Don't wear this, don't wear that, don't do this. Don't make yourself a victim. Like, don't make yourself someone will want to try to attack. And I think that truly speaks to what rape culture is, because it should never be on someone who could be a victim to prevent someone else from taking advantage of them. It should just be, don't rape someone. It's fairly simple.
Do you believe that rape and sexual harassment are seen as a taboo subject in our society?
I do think it's taboo, but I think it's less than it has been before. Like, it's definitely getting a lot more attention than it has in the past. It's talked about, but it's still also not really talked about, if that makes any sense. Nobody really wants to deal with the subject. Like, everybody hears about it, everybody knows that it's going on, but nobody really wants to do anything about it to change it because, you know, people are afraid to change.
Many people excuse sexual harassment by making the claim that the victim was drunk or dressing provocatively. How would you respond to that?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about that question is if somebody is drunk, the answer is automatically no. No matter who it is, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what they say, if they're drunk and under the influence of something, the answer is always going to be no.
It's not the fault of the victim, and it never will be. Like, if you are drunk and you can't say no, you can't say yes. That's a pretty basic fact, and I'm surprised how many people are completely unaware of that.
My first experience with sexual violence is the only one that my parents know about. And it was the fact that I was molested by my uncle when I was younger. And so that was something that, even as a kid, I felt this weird guilt about. Like, I didn't want to tell my parents because I was afraid. I was like, it's my fault. Even though there's no reason it could be my fault. I was just an 11-year-old, like, doing my thing, like, playing with my cousins.
It would also say, like, stop crying, you're being too loud, and stuff like that, because, you know, obviously I was trying to get away from it. Didn't want to be in that situation. And then some of the stuff that they did was obviously like touch me inappropriately. Some of them had their hands over my mouth to stop me from screaming so they couldn't hear it. Some of them would have their hands on my throat trying to choke me so I couldn't even breathe. And some people, they would like have my hands like pinned down with theirs just so I couldn't like, you know, move, punch them, hit them or anything like that.
I did know the person, which I think was the scariest part, is the reason I thought I was safe was because I knew him so well. And it kind of terrified me, the fact that like you can be damaged most by the person you trust the most. I ended up going into a support program that was like outpatient. I couldn't be in school with all of this anxiety and like tight stairwells. Someone could touch you. And last time I was touched by a person, it did not feel right.
When it happened, but I was so freaked out that I couldn't say anything. So I was just standing there like shaking and I couldn't talk. And he didn't really seem to care about that. But I would see him and his friends when I went back into school. And it was just incredibly traumatizing and anxiety inducing because I felt like trapped and very vulnerable afterwards.
It gets really hard, but seeking help for it was the best thing I ever did, because staying silent would have just kind of like slowly like eroded my sense of self, my sense of safety, and I don't know where I would have ended up.
I really think that people don't really want to accept that this is going on in our culture. They just kind of want to have the idea, oh, America's awesome, America's cool, America is the best place to be. But no, there's still problems going on. There's still this issue that nobody wants to talk about and nobody wants to deal with.
Like, even coming here today, I was driving here and I was like, oh no, I'm nervous about this now, because it's something that people will judge me for, regardless of the fact that it's not my fault. And these things that I've experienced in my life have just happened to me. And so I think that that's something that's difficult to deal with sometimes for a lot of women. And I think that's why the Me Too movement is so amazing, because it helps to erase some of that stigma around it and show the scale of the problem, which otherwise a lot of times people wouldn't see.
The pair of underwear I was wearing that night sat on my floor for probably 2 months before I was able to touch it. One of my things to help overcome the incident was once a week I wore the pair of underwear that I was wearing during the assault, because I didn't want to, it was my favorite pair of underwear for starters. And I think regaining this is my property, this is my body, not his, was very special and needed for me.
Whenever there's an incident and a woman says, oh, I was sexually assaulted, and then the guy says, oh no, I didn't do that to you, you were dressing provocatively, that's such a stupid BS answer, but people are going to believe the guy more just because, you know, men started this country, men run our country now, and it's just so backwards. It's like, just listen to her story, listen to his story. Whoever was the survivor, whoever was the victim in the situation, listen to their story and believe them, because why would anybody want to lie about this? Why would anybody want to make up a story about this when there are people out there that are really suffering and they can't even bring themselves to even think about it by themselves?
Like in my case, the person who raped me, many people still don't hold them accountable for it. Many people believe that, oh, they'll be friends with him and it's fine because they know that he raped me and they know that he raped this other girl. But if you don't speak up about it and you don't try to do something about it, then part of the blame for rape culture continuing and part of the blame for this person attacking anyone else doesn't fall entirely on you, but can be influenced by you. And I don't think that's something that you should have on your conscience.
Fortunately, things are starting to change, which I hope this film can help accomplish. People are starting to become more open about their experiences and stand up to sexual assault and harassment. You scratch your head and wonder why women are so terrified to report, while you shrug your shoulders and make our trauma into your victory lap. The reason you fist bump your friends at the bar. How could I expect this body to be perfect for anything but the punchline? Give me a childhood that pushes me to change the world rather than change myself. Give me decisions. Give me a wordless wardrobe. Give me an opinionless dress. Give me the full dollar. Give me a city where my body is not public property. Give me a voice. And give me hope for change.
So, tell me about your qualifications. That's good.
High school.
And anything else that you can add? No? Work experience?
I mowed the lawn a few times.
Yours or someone else's?
Mine.
Oh, okay. Did you get paid for that, or?
No.
No, okay. Any summer jobs? No?
No.
Volunteer?
Nah.
No. Hang out around home a lot, is that it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Do you have a driver's license? Because that would be helpful with the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do have a driver's license?
Yeah.
Oh, any accidents or anything?
I hit a mailbox once.
Did it kind of jump out in front of you, or it's? You
Yeah.
hit a mailbox. How'd you hit a mailbox?
Yeah, Mom, the interview didn't go well. But yeah, I got my socks wet. Hey, Ross, you want to hang out? Yeah, I could go to the party. Well, the footballers let me in last time. I did that dare where I sniffed glue. I'm not weird. I guess I could take a rain check. Hey, Ralph. You know, I was thinking about making a film for a film festival. It's about a 5-foot man who's trying to exercise and like prove himself to the world. It's gonna be called Shortstop. Hey, Ralph. You know, I'm on the football team. I have 5 girlfriends. 5, all of them. I have 5. Blonde hair, blue eyes, all on the cheerleading team. 'Cause I'm a footballer now. I got 5 girlfriends. Hi, could I get one black and white mocha?
What size?
Small.
Tall black and white mocha. Anything else?
Hello?
Do you see me standing across the street?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Wait.
You know, I gotta go to bed, so I will be seeing you later. So, do you want, like, food or water or anything? I mean, I got... Huh. Now, who can that be at this time of... night? Oh, hello. Hello.
Nice house.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Hi.
Oh,
I love your flooring. Thank you.
Smells good.
Oh, thank you. Ooh.
Going like all up in all. What is your opinion on the music industry?
Yeah. I like classical music. What about very exciting. Rock?
Yeah,
it was great weather.
Oh, look at what you did! Guys, wait! Come back!
You, sir, are under arrest.
Well, can I at least have a glass of water first?
Sure.
Hello? No, you have the wrong number. Stop calling me.
Oh, hey, Audrey, what's up?
Just reinstalling some of my apps on my new phone.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry that Mark accidentally microwaved your phone.
How was I supposed to know the phone was in the chicken?
Mark, when did you get here?
Mark, go home.
Fine.
Hey, I have to go to track practice. I'll see you later.
All right, see you later. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong number. Hello? Stop calling me!
Who was that?
I don't know. These people keep calling, asking for Jimmy.
Are you okay? You seem kind of out of it.
I don't know. Oh my god, it's them again. I don't want to answer it.
I got you. Hey, is your refrigerator running? Well, then you better go catch it.
Okay, stop. I gotta go to class. Let's go.
It's a good one, right?
What was that?
You see them too? It's like every time I ignore a call, they get closer. That's probably why Daniel can see them, because they answer one of the calls.
I think I found something. It's this website that talks about people who can see ghosts after answering calls from unknown numbers. It's by some guy named Captain Nuts.
Wait, is that Mr. Janu?
Wait, like the teacher at our school?
Yeah, I think we should go talk to him and see what he knows.
Are you sure?
The website says, knock on the door, and Captain Nuts lets all enter.
Are you Captain Nuts?
That used to be my screen name. I'm Professor Nuts now.
Listen, Mr. Janu. I know you know about those phone calls. And I'm getting them.
Let me guess, you have a new phone.
Yeah.
First things first, it's not the phone, it's the phone number. James DeFranco. You know him as Jimmy. Now, he's a criminal, a murderer, and one night he was being chased by the authorities, and he got a call from an unknown number. And he was on the phone, and somebody killed him. So the murderer was murdered.
Okay, but what does this have to do with me?
You see them, right?
Yeah, how do you know?
Ever since Jimmy died, whoever's been in possession of his phone number starts to see mysterious things and dies. Yeah, it looks like an accident or a suicide, but people like us, we know that it is more than just a coincidence. Sam Johnson, 17, she appeared to have accidentally suffocated. Kiko Smith, 16, she somehow managed to stab herself with a screwdriver. Aaron Visconti jumped from an 8-story building. Jane Wallace, 15. She drank a glass of bleach. She was my niece.
What does this all mean?
Whoever answers the phone when an unknown number calls, they start to see mysterious things. And if anyone lets it go to voicemail, then the girls, they get closer and closer, and they are the ones who are responsible.
Responsible for what?
Let me explain here. By JFK. All right. It all begins with Jimmy.
I have to pick up my phone!
Just leave it. Come on, let's
No, I have to go! Let's go!
Let's go.
Daniel, what are you doing? Dude, come on!
It's cold!
Leave it!
Just answer it!
Ah! Dude, Daniel! Hello? Holly, behind you! Ah! Hello? Ah! Daniel, go get her!
It's the girl's bathroom!
I swear to God!
I got it!
I think it's for you.
Hello?
Well, what do people talk about when they have nothing to say?
Nothing.
Say you sit down to write a novel and the first scene is of two characters in a diner. What do they talk about?
Depends. What's the story?
Two friends who haven't seen each other in a long time.
I guess one would say to the other where he's been.
Maybe they reminisce about the old days. Grab a drink and go at it again like nothing ever happened.
Sure sounds like fiction, man.
Geez, Tom, could we at least pretend like we aren't strangers anymore? I'll get the check, but maybe it'd be best if you left. We're all sorry for what happened, but you need to figure things out.
It's hard to write dialogue for a character you know nothing about.
You should know that after everything that's come to light, I don't blame you. You know, if you ever want to talk sometime, I think that we have more in common than you might think. We're both collaborative. Maybe stop by my house, we chat for a bit, just let it all out. Let bygones be bygones and start anew.
Listen, I'm sorry about Kaylee.
Me too. Me too. 。 . 。 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 。 . 。 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 。 。 。 . 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 . 。 。 。 。 。
Sorry about Kaylee.
Me too.
11 unheard messages.
Tom, you probably don't remember me, but I remember you. And I knew Kaylee. So I don't care what they say. I don't care what kind of technicality you point out. You're a criminal. You're a criminal, and you deserve to be in a padded cell.
What kind of sick, twisted man can live comfortably in the free world knowing that he took another life?
Kaylee had so much to live for, and you took everything from her. You should be in prison.
I and everyone around me want you to know that we aren't letting this go. You deserve to rot in hell, scumbag.
What is wrong with you? Did you even think about her family? Who the hell do you think you are?
We won't forget this, you monster.
You're just lucky you got out so easy.
Get help.
So you better watch your back.
Coward!
Hey, Tom. It's Frank. Listen, I just wanted to tell you that I meant what I said earlier. If you ever want to talk sometime, my house is always open. So, give me a call sometime.
Did Kaylee live here?
No. After Kaylee, Mom and Dad decided that they didn't want to look into that empty room in that empty house. So they came here, and I moved in a few months after graduation. You'd be surprised how much extra money you have when you aren't paying for another college tuition.
Where are they? Your parents?
Out. Just you and I tonight.
Frank, you said we're collateral. I think you meant fallout, that we're both fallout.
I know what I said. Tom, I wanted to ask you a question. Did you know my sister?
Everyone knew Kaylee.
Yes, but were you close to her? Did you know what kind of a person that she was?
What kind of person was she?
Innocent.
I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have come here.
Stay! After hearing your incredible story, I needed to do a little bit of research on these so-called wrongful convictions myself. You want to know what I found?
What'd you find?
0.00075%. You, sir, are a lucky man. A very lucky man.
Frank.
Do you still hunt, Tom?
No, not recently.
Well, I know this place upstate. It's real small, nice, and quiet up there. On your knees. This is it. This is where they found her. Tell me everything.
You want to know what happened? Well, I've been wanting to know what happened for the past 3 goddamn years. I want to know what happened to her just as much as you, but this doesn't do anything. I didn't do anything. The courts agreed.
Liar!
I was gone before any of it happened. And you know that. You know it wasn't me. This is just a witch hunt, and everyone's trying to find an answer. I don't have that answer. I don't have that answer. Everyone who was there that night knows that. She knew that too.
If you had one day left to live, what would you do? Where would you go? Who would you spend it with? If you had one day left to live, would you say what was on your mind, your thoughts, words flowing to form the emotions you're feeling, said or left unsaid? Nobody knows what comes after life. What does death entail? Is it living in the clouds? Nobody knows until they're dead.
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
So, do you go to school around here?
I did until cancer started spreading through my body and started killing me. Dying is a part of life. Will you sit with me? You know that movie where the girl dies on the beach sitting next to her best friend? That's not how I plan on going. I want it to be a rainy day. You know, the rain will cleanse the earth, and the sun will come out, and life will go on. I love the sound of rain. Most people don't appreciate it, but it's something beautiful. Most people hate the rain. They see the rain and they think of clouds and a gray sky. They think of someone crying because all they see is the gloom around them. I see rain, and I think of flowers that'll bloom because of it. I think of how shiny my car is going to be. Rain isn't tears of pain, it's tears of joy. You have to appreciate the rain. And rather than staring out a window, you have to go stand in it. You have to dance in the rain. You have to appreciate the rain.
Appreciate the rain.
Well, are you gonna appreciate the rain or not?
But it's sunny.
Well,
the saying goes, some days you just have to create your own sunshine. But I believe some days you just have to create your own rain.
Hey, Grandpa. I have a friend who just came up there. Would you watch over him for me? I miss you. I love you, and I'll come visit you soon, I promise.
You never know what day might be the last. All it takes is 1 second for your life to end. Say what's on your mind. Tell them how you feel. Tell them you love them. Because you might be gone tomorrow. I'm gonna appreciate it.
In other news, more unexplained disappearances have caused fear in the hearts and homes of locals. Over the past 6 months, as many as 13 people have been claimed.
There's no way in hell.
Oh, come on, think of all the views we can get on this.
You said we're gonna do this again, we're gonna go to legal abandoned places.
Yeah, but think of the views, Chris. No one's gonna want to watch the same crap we always upload. Our views are sinking.
Is that all you care about, Robin? What about prison? Still haven't caught him yet, huh?
Malcolm, are you in or what?
If anything bad happens, you're dead.
I have a really bad feeling about this. Yeah, maybe we should just turn around.
Oh, come on, guys. You act like you've never done this before.
This is different. You guys know what happened there.
Well, this is the house.
Are you sure about this?
No. You ready?
Right here. 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the infamous house on Spring Creek where Jonathan Watts brutally beat and murdered his family with an axe. The police wouldn't give you the aspects you wanted. That's where we come in.
Let's do it right here. Okay. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the police stated that Watts killed his entire family in this kitchen. This kitchen is right here. I'm gonna go upstairs. And he just murdered them entirely. There was nothing left. I don't know how they got these floors this clean, man. There should be blood everywhere. They said the police team was here for 6 Where is he? He's taking forever. Why are you here? Listen, man. No one needs to get hurt. Leave. I'm gonna call the police. No. If you call the police, we're gonna get thrown in again. Robin. Maybe we should have gotten those walkie-talkies. Oh my god. I told you to leave.
We've just been told the Spring Creek killer, Ben Watson, found dead in his jail cell. Police have claimed it was suicide. Local news, 3 more citizens were claimed missing here in Elk Grove. Robert Peters, Chris Gonzalez, and Malcolm Paul. If you've seen these men, please call your local police.